So I've seen a lot of talks on Medium, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram about the future of creative job market, right? And so many people argue that the future of job market is about being remote, right? And as a designer, as a UX designer, and partly as a creative person, I have seen and experienced this gradual shift towards remote jobs. I've seen it, I've seen the symptoms, and I feel it, right? However, I have to disagree with this statement that the future of creative job is about being remote. I think we are seeing the symptoms, however, we are not accurate in our diagnosis. What I think is that there is a slow breakup going on between organization and creative workforce, right? It's like one of those uh, friends relationship that one of those we all had a couple friends amongst us that they gone from being really close together to slowly breaking up and separating. I think the same thing is happening between organization and creative workforce. um, Creative workforce, to stay engaged, they require different elements and I the way I see it, there are three elements. The first one is that you, as a creative, you want to be involved in a purpose driven project, right? Improving another checkout process of an e-commerce platform is interesting, is not exciting. But for example, helping UNICEF to feed the people in developing countries is exciting, right? Um, and another factor I would say is that creativity, how challenging the project is, right? You may be involved in a project that its mission is grand, but the job you do is not exciting itself, and it doesn't put you to the test to your full potential, right? So the task itself is important. The level of authority and freedom to do what you are supposed to do is also important, right? If you don't have authority, if someone micromanaging you, you probably become demotivated, right? And most importantly, for a creative to stay creative and engaged, they need novelty. Novelty is embedded, implanted in a creative mind. If you work on a certain project for too long, you get demotivated. You want novelty, right? So that's why I believe remote is not the solution. Working remotely for an organization is not the solution for creatives. Why? Because you essentially will get bored of the thing you're doing. A project can be interesting for the first 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, a year and a half. But after 2 years, 3 years, it will become boring. And that's why I believe the future of creative job is self-employed. Because as a self-employed creative, you have this grand freedom to brand yourself the way you want, to design your business model, how you are going to work with your clients, to do the marketing, sales, and accounting the way you want. You are a small enterprise. And that's the ultimate challenge for a creative, to run a small enterprise. This is fascinating. This is fantastic. So if you are a creative, if you are a designer, if you're a coder, if you're a marketer, if you are a business developer, if you are an engineer, and you can perform a certain set of tasks perfectly, fantastically, right? Regardless of your location, regardless of where you are, why do you want to work remotely? Why don't you want to go an extra mile and become self-employed? The rewards are much higher, I believe you me. As soon as you go self-employed, your income would increase by 20% right off the bat. So I beg you all the creatives out there, to ask a better question of yourself. Is the future of job remote, or is the future of job about being self-employed and running a small enterprise? Talk to me, engage with me. I would like to get all your opinions. Let's go.